roast turkey, warm laughter, twinkling lights. It's a season for family, for comfort. But when night falls in a quiet house or a seemingly safe apartment, kindness, complacency, or just a mistimed text can open the door to something far darker. In tonight's video, you'll hear 3 true horror stories told by the very people who live through them. On Thanksgiving night, grab your headphones, turn off the lights, and don't forget to check the windows. Story 1. Dinner in the rain, and the door that swung open. Some moments in life, you pray they're just a nightmare. But the worst ones are when the nightmare knocks on your front door on Thanksgiving. It had been raining all day, cold and relentless. Our family was small, just Mom, my sister, and I, and our grandparents. But our dinners were always warm and full. We started cooking early. Grandma brought her famous roasted sweet potatoes. Football played on the TV. Laughter echoed through the house, muffling the sound of rain hammering the rooftop. By 6 p.m., we were all seated: turkey, lamb, cornbread, mashed potatoes, red wine. Everything was perfect. Then came the doorbell. In the rain, in the dark. Mom sighed, joking, "Don't tell me your father's shown up." He hadn't contacted us in years. I got up. Through the rain-fogged glass, I saw a man. Raincoat. Hood pulled low. I called out, "Who is it?" But the rain drowned out the sound. I cracked the door open, the storm door still locked. He stepped closer. "I'm hungry. Please, just some food." I hesitated. Then thought of Grandma, who always preached kindness. I told him to wait. Mom looked worried. Grandma insisted. "It's Thanksgiving. Give him a plate." I packed up a plate, double wrapped in foil. When I came back, he hadn't moved. I held it out through the glass. Then he lunged, grabbed the handle, pulled hard. I shouted, "Wait, it's locked." But I'd forgotten I'd just unlocked it. The door burst open. He charged in. I threw the plate at his face and shoved him back. My sister ran in, both of us slammed the door shut. That's when I saw them. 2 more figures running from the sidewalk. I screamed, "There's more!" We locked everything. I ran to the back door, unlocked. I slammed it shut. Chaos. Mom shaking, calling 911. Grandma in tears. I sprinted from window to window. In the backyard, a shadow ran past the trees, then vanished. Police arrived. Wet footprints stained the porch. The plate of food lay scattered in the rain. They asked me to describe him. I remembered only his eyes cloudy and empty. Next day, Mom installed a video doorbell, and I never opened the door after sunset again. Because sometimes people aren't looking for food. They're looking for a way inside. Story 2. The text message from the dark. Sometimes, the danger doesn't knock. It texts. It knows your name, and it's waiting. Just outside. That Thanksgiving, I went back to my parents' place like every year. A rare time for everyone to be together. Cousins, uncles, aunts, laughter blending with kitchen aromas. Then, my phone buzzed. A long message. Unknown number. It began. "Wishing you peace this Thanksgiving. Melissa." I froze. No one calls me that, not unless they barely know me. I kept reading. The tone shifted from warmth to resentment. It was Kevin, a guy I'd blocked after a brief chat on a dating app. We never met. But he wrote like he'd lived in my head for years. I replied firmly, "Contact me again and I'll go to the police." I turned off my phone. 30 minutes later, another text. New number. Longer. Angrier. He called me a liar. A traitor. Selfish, like I owed him something. It chilled me. Still, I said nothing. Didn't want to ruin dinner. Later that night, I returned to my apartment. My roommate, Chelsea, was staying with family. I tried to sleep, Christmas comedy playing in the background. My phone buzzed. Unknown call. I ignored it. 30 minutes passed. Sleep came. Then, the doorknob turned. I froze. My door is always locked at night. Always. I yelled, "Chelsea, is that you?" Silence. Footsteps. Retreating down the hallway. I grabbed my phone, hands trembling. A new message popped up. From another number. "Maybe you locked the door. Because you know I'm already inside." I called Chelsea. No answer. I called my dad. Third ring, he picked up. I whispered, "Dad, I think Kevin's in the house." 5 minutes later, he arrived. We searched every room. The kitchen window wide open. Just big enough for someone to slip through. He looked at me. "You never locked the window." I had no answer. Next morning, we went to court. Filed a restraining order. Kevin never admitted breaking in. But the texts, the details, were enough. Low, steady tone. "We think we're safe when the door is locked, but sometimes the most dangerous door is the one glowing on your phone." Story 3. The shadow by the tree line. In the countryside, there's something cities can't offer: silence. But sometimes the only sound is a footstep that shouldn't be there. That Thanksgiving, we celebrated at Uncle Ben's cabin, an old wooden home by a lake deep in the Florida woods. Just a handful of scattered houses nearby. Fields of tall grass and trees that swallowed sound. Uncle Ben was the laid-back type, loud, friendly, a little wild. Thanksgiving at his place was like a rustic party: beer coolers, grilled corn, loud music, fire pits. We got there around 3 p.m., played basketball, laughed until we cried. Dinner was served under a wooden awning near the lake, string lights glowing overhead. Around 6 p.m., as we sat down, my cousin suddenly pointed, "Who's that?" Everyone turned. At the forest edge, a man stood. Still. No face. Just there. Uncle Ben muttered a curse, got up and walked toward him. "Hey, you need something?" No answer. Only when Ben got close did the figure run deep into the woods. Ben laughed it off. Probably a drunk kid messing around. But Aunt Mel didn't laugh. She stared at the trees like something was wrong. We continued eating, but the joy was gone. Then, he came back. Closer. By the lake now. I pointed. Everyone froze. This time, Uncle Ben didn't go alone. Dad, my cousin, and I joined him. But just as we moved, another man appeared on the opposite edge of the woods. 2. Both watching. From different sides. We stopped. No one spoke. No one moved. Then one turned and ran. The other vanished into the trees. We didn't chase. We went back. Party over. Lights turned on. Curtains drawn. Doors locked. Inside we sat quiet, listening. Later I went to grab another drink. The patio dark now. The string lights had gone out. I approached the cooler, then heard it creak. A chair. I turned. A tall man stood beneath the awning, circling the now empty table. I screamed, "Someone's out there!" Dad and Uncle Ben ran out. At that exact moment, a loud bang hit the side of the house. We didn't chase this time. We locked every door. Called the cops. 20 minutes later, they found a brick at the kitchen window. With a note, "Get out, you dogs." The American flag out front gone. Maybe it wasn't the party noise. Maybe someone out there had chosen us as a target. On the very night meant for peace. You've just heard 3 true horror stories that all happened on Thanksgiving night. You might still believe the holiday is for warmth, family, and safety. But if your doorbell rings past midnight, if you get a message from someone whose face you barely remember, think twice before you answer. Subscribe so you don't miss the next chilling true story. And if you've ever experienced something like this, Tell us in the comments. We're always listening from the dark.